Good morning from the Pacific Northwest. It's currently 5:11 a.m. Sun is just starting to peek up. It's absolutely beautiful June morning. It's 55 degrees. It's been raining most of the night. Absolutely beautiful. It's been pretty hot here, so it's very, very nice to have a nice, cool morning. I am out here on the Willamette River. I'm about to do some Oregon catfishing. Absolutely love it. A lot of people don't do that up here. I'm from Missouri, so I grew up catfishing. So out here, just love doing it. We catch them to do fish fries. Just absolutely amazing. We catch channel cats. We catch blue cats. I'm currently by myself, which is just fine. Sometimes I prefer that. I've actually been under the weather, and it's very nice to get out here by myself and starting to finally feel better, get a little bit of this amazing fresh air on the river. Just absolutely beautiful. So join me for a fishing trip. It's great. Shouldn't be too exciting of an adventure. Although last time we were here, we did a nighttime fish, and my buddy caught an 8-foot sturgeon. So you never know what you'll get out here. So join me. Let's have a good time. Let's get on an adventure and see what we can get into. We'll see you out there. Welcome aboard the Roudi Ormr, my 2024-2050 Trekker Stabicraft. We're going to be doing some catfishing today. So my pole is the Hellcat Revenge from Catch the Fever. It's a sturgeon catfish pole. It's a, let's see, this is a heavy, yep, this is a heavy, good for 20 to 60 pound line. So it is more than enough for anything that we come across out here. Like I mentioned at the beginning of this, my buddy caught an 8-foot sturgeon that weighed anywhere between 200 and 400 pounds out here about a month ago. So there are some monster freaking fish in here. I am not targeting them, but you know, they just happen to like worms just like everything else in the water. So let's see what we can get. I'm using worms today. 2 ounces of weight. I got a sliding rig here for my sinker. That way when the fish takes the bait, they can just kind of move with it, and they get almost no resistance other than what they're getting from the tension on the pole. That's my preferable setup for this. It's not everybody's favorite. A lot of people use the Carolina rig, and I was never a fan of that. In this case, I'm using Oregon night crawlers here. I don't know if they're any different, and I'm just going to use one. Just going to hook them on here a bunch. I'm using octopus hooks because catfish have a tendency to just swallow hooks whole. And when you use octopus hooks, what happens is they swallow it, and because, I don't know if you can see right there, the tip is curved in a little bit, it actually is able to pull it out of their mouth until it gets to the corner, and then it hooks it as it tries to come out of their mouth. So it saves it from, you know, going all the way into their belly, which is just terrible for the fish, terrible for the fishermen. These are just such much better hook setups. Okay. Oh, and by the way, this is a We the People 4th of July coming up here real soon. I'm a former United States Marine. As you can see, I got the American flag on my pole representing. Freaking love it. I'm using a Penn Warfare 2 reel. It's a monster reel. Too big for catfish out here, but you know, go big or go home. So we're not even going to cast out very far. We're just going to go like 10 feet off. Well, it was more than 10 feet, but okay. I'm going to put it there for now. I got my fish fighter setup here. Heck of a freaking setup. I love this setup. Works so good. Okay, I'll get a little tension on it. Okay, let a little bit out. All right, we'll see you when we get something on. Well, the bite's pretty slow this morning, but it's fishing. I've always said that a bad day fishing is still a good day. Being out here is amazing and beautiful. It's just such a beautiful relief in such a chaotic life to come out here and just sit in silence and listen to all the birds. And I just saw a little doe come down and playing in the water right over here. wasn't able to get it on camera fast enough. But thought since we're just sitting here zoning out on the tip of this pole, I figured I'd talk a little bit about the Stabicraft here. As I said earlier, I have decided on a name. It's an old Norse phrase, maybe Icelandic. I know that Norse for sure, and being that I am a native English speaker, I am not going to attempt to say it in the accent of ancient Norse, but in our common language of English, it translates to Roudi Ormr. And what it means is it means the red serpent or the red dragon. I thought really hard on what to name this boat, and I figured, you know, I'm a big history fan, love that kind of stuff, so that was just such a perfect name in my mind. I did lots of research, so that's what she's called, the Roudi Ormr. Love it. I'll be getting some stickers, some vinyls, maybe look into getting the name painted. I really like the thought of having a verm, you know, behind the lettering on the bow of the boat. I think that would be so amazing. So what do I think about the Stabicraft? I have probably 50 hours between the two motors on it so far. I've been out in the ocean. I really regret not filming on that trip. I just had family with me, and I don't know how I feel about, you know, posting things onto YouTube when my family's there. Maybe I would get more comfortable with that in the future, so I decided not to, but I also regret it because it was wild. We ended up getting chased down by the Coast Guard because the bar restriction changed, and it was 12-foot seas, 10 to 12-foot seas, which means when you're in the trough of the wave or the valley, you're looking at a 20 to 24-foot wall of water that you're climbing up in a boat. And you know, this thing's 20.5 feet long on the registration, so it was pretty intimidating. We didn't think it would be that bad. We had 9 crab traps out in the ocean, and we knew that there was a big storm coming in, so we had to get out and get them. So we took that chance. We ended up pulling 1 crab trap before the Coast Guard came in their 65-foot cutter and escorted us back in through the bar. That was scary. And then luckily, we were able to go out that night and get the rest of the crab traps. The bar was restricted to 16 foot. So we called the Coast Guard. We called them the second time before crossing the bar, and they told us we had an hour. So we went out, pulled in 23 crabs out of 9 traps. Pretty damn good haul, if I do say so. They were all 6+ inch. So, and they're nice hard shell, full of meat. It was wonderful. Dungeness crab. What's usually what you get here in Oregon. The boat did amazing. I watched my cousin. He's in a Thunderjet, a 20-foot Thunderjet, and he was just, him and his crew, they were just getting beat to hell, and we were just laughing to the bank in this thing. My cousin and I, we just had a great time. No issues at all. I was never nervous, even in the big 20-foot wall of water coming at me. It was freaking amazing. It was amazing. It was like a roller coaster. I felt very safe. Some things that not so stoked about. I get kind of tired of having to take the top off every time I transport. That's kind of a pain in the ass. Like this morning, I left the top up overnight because it rained and I didn't want all my seats and everything to be wet. And it didn't matter because when I put the top down, all the water dumped into the boat and all over me. You know, that was at 4 o'clock this morning, so that was super awesome. You know, it'd be nice to not have to take it down every time. On short trips, you can leave it up. Long trips, nah, you need to take it down. Otherwise, it kind of gets a memory of, you know, being concave on the front there. And it's all vinyl, so you don't want that to have that memory. Another thing that is easily fixable is this Yamaha 175 Showmax has a tremendous amount of torque. And so when you're underway, as you could probably see in the video, maybe not though, that 360 doesn't really show well, but the torque really torques the boat, and it really wants to ride to the port side pretty hard. So that's kind of annoying, especially if I have another person in here and they're sitting, plus I have the kicker over there. It's not heavy, but I mean, it still weighs a little bit. So, and then you add another person on the port side and the boat really wants to lean that way. I can't remember off the top of my head what the little fins are called, but I'm going to be getting those installed. There's a really awesome set that has it's auto adjusting, so it keeps you perfectly level, and this boat really likes to be trimmed up high when you're underway, which causes it to do like a little porpoising. Even in flat water, sometimes it'll start porpoising, and these little fins, I'll tell you what they are in the comments or something. They will it eliminates that completely. So as you're underway, they're just adjusting all the time, and they're amazing. Probably amazingly expensive too, you know, as long as everything is on a boat. Pretty much no matter what you're doing, if it's worth doing, you're looking at $1,000 if you can install it yourself. Otherwise, it could be even more. So I'll be getting a trolling motor at some point. That'll be really nice for like where I'm at right now. As you can see, it's absolutely freaking glass and beautiful. But where I started this morning, the wind was whipping, and with the anchor, you just can't anchor up in wind at all. With the Garmin Kraken, then you can really, you just put it in, spot lock it, and man, it keeps you perfect right where you are. It even keeps you, because it's pulling from the bow, it keeps you from wanting to, you know, your rear end from kicking out all over the place. So I'm definitely going to be investing in that. You know, of course, that's $4,200 because you need the 75-inch minimum because of the height of the bow from the water. When you're out in the ocean and you're using it, you definitely want to have more stick in the water. Otherwise, you're going to come and cavitate. Nope, no tip movement yet. That's okay. Other than that, oh man, it's beautiful. It's amazing. I can't imagine a better boat for the Pacific Northwest. It just does so well. It cuts through wakes. It cuts through any kind of chop. One of the days out on the ocean, we had a lot of wind chop, and this thing, no problem, just cut right through it. I kept it somewhat slow for my cousin because he was not struggling. He's super experienced out there, so he did amazing. but it was so choppy that it ended up breaking his chair from the deck of his boat. So that should give you an indication how choppy it was the first day we went out. The Coast Guard also called us back on that day, but they did it on the radio. We were 5 miles out in this little rock shelf bottom fishing in 170 feet of water, and they called us. So we were about a mile south and 5 miles offshore, and they said we had 10 minutes to get back, and we were like, yeah, that ain't happening. And but they're, you know, very understanding. So they worked with us, and because they were closing the bar to our length of a boat. Typically it's, you know, if you're 26 foot or over, you can pretty much go out at any time. Now, of course, it does get restricted over 30, and then it also gets restricted to close completely, at least out of Garibaldi in by Tillamook in Oregon. That's primarily where my family fishes out of. Sometimes they go up out off the Columbia, but if you don't know, the Columbia River bar crossing is the most dangerous bar crossing in the world. More boats get sunk out there than anywhere else. Maybe it's because it has such high traffic. It's such a big port. There may be more dangerous ones, but with just less boats sinking. I don't know. But in terms of boats getting in trouble, it's the most dangerous. So other than my 2 little complaints, which one of them's fixable, this boat is amazing. If you are in looking for a boat, I know that, you know, there's like tariffs and shit, but this New Zealand company, Stabicraft, damn, they make a hell of a boat. I'll tell you, everywhere I go, people are just pulling me aside, talking to me about the boat. Of course, it's, you know, extremely bright red. So I think a lot of the looks I'm getting are like, why the hell would somebody buy a boat so red? And I'll be honest, at first, I also thought that, but it grew on me. I like the color, especially, you know, I'm out in the ocean, gives a beacon for the Coast Guard to come pull us back in, which is what they did. It was great. When that Coast Guard gentleman, the captain, pulled up, and you know, 65-foot cutter, freaking monster boat. At least, I mean, I don't know it specifically, but it seemed like it was 65 foot. He had an amazing mustache, Coast Guard mustache, super handsome fella, and he was such a disappointed dad when he pulled up to us. Like, I could just see the disappointment in his face. I was like, oh man, feel like shit. Of course, they live for that. So my grandpa was Coast Guard. They lived, you know, for coming out and helping people. I mean, that's the whole point of their service, is protecting our coasts and helping us silly fishermen that think they know what the hell they're doing, when in reality, you know, we're just kind of out there flopping around trying to figure shit out as we go. So yeah, other than that, the freaking boat's amazing. I haven't had any problem with this U-deck yet, although it, you know, kind of collects shit, so I'm constantly cleaning it. But it's super soft to walk on. I really like it. It's very comfy. My fish fighter system is working really well. It's nice and sturdy. We've caught salmon already, and it did fine. So I really have been enjoying that. I still have a 3-foot rail left over I'm not sure where I'm gonna put it. Ooh, fish just jumped. Don't know what it was. Don't know what it's gonna, or what, where I'm gonna put that. I was thinking I could put it right up here, but no, I already got these, so I don't know why I would need to do that. I'll figure it out. If not, I'll just sell it. It's not a big deal. Yeah, super stoked. Happy to be alive. Happy to be in a position in this crazy world where my family and I could take the risk and buy a boat like this. I got to give props to my wife, Nicole. When we started talking about it, we were going to get the 1850, and we went and looked at it, and she said, seems kind of small. Are you going to be happy with that? And I said, obviously, I'm going to be happy. Yeah, that's 18.5-foot boat. It's freaking, you know, designed to go offshore, even at 18.5 foot. It's, you know, safe, fast, maneuverable. And she said, well, if money wasn't an issue, would you go with a bigger boat? And I said, well, obviously, yeah. And she was all about it, even though she's, you know, she likes going out on it, but it's, you know, as she's told me, it's not her boat, it's my boat. She said, just get the bigger one. And so they had one there, and bam, we did it. So here it is. Love it. Love life. It's awesome. Even when it's not, still good to be alive. No tip movement. I thought this spot would be awesome. It's like a nice little bend right here, and it's deep. It's like 60 foot deep right here. Nice and calm, so everything gets kind of pulled into this area, and it kind of all settles right here. I figured we're kind of at the lower end of it. I figured that's where the fish would start kind of coming in. The water's warm. It's over 60 degrees. But hey, that's fishing. Still a good day. I want to show you one more thing before I sign off on this little session of a video until we catch something. Check out this shirt. I don't know if you are a fan, but my wife and I are obsessed with literary RPGs, and there's one that we've been following from the very beginning when it was released on the website Royal Roads. It's called Dungeon Crawler Carl by Matt Dinneman. If you haven't listened to it, get the Audible book or get the audio book. If you like to read it, but I'll tell you what, the audio book read by Jeff Hayes, it's the best performance in the history of audiobooks. I've probably listened to the series 4 times now. It's just the best series. It's ridiculous. It's funny. It's super adult. It's tragic. You'll cry 1 minute, you'll be pissed the next, and you'll be laughing your ass off 5 minutes after that. So obviously, you know, I don't care about sponsors or anything like that. And not that a book would ever sponsor a adventure YouTube channel, but highly recommend that. Again, Dungeon Crawler Carl. It's silly. It's awesome. Best book ever. Listen to it. And then you'll know what the hell this shirt means. Mordecai. Yep. Concert tee. Okay, awesome. We'll catch a fish. Hopefully real soon. today was a total bust, fishing wise. But it was a great day out there. Really loved just taking this boat out and cruising around. Hit about 48 miles an hour today, so that's pretty cool. You got to play with the trim a lot. This boat really likes to be trimmed up high, under high speed, but then you lose all your maneuverability. So, you know, it's a give or take. So, but anyways, I appreciate if you followed along here. It's really nice of you. I don't do this because I want millions of views or anything. I do it because I just love sharing the experience and having a good time, and hopefully motivate people to do the same. So with that being said, I'm signing off. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me on my adventure today. See ya.